What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3. And I got another top 10 list and market update for you. Yes, for you, the comic book community. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely make sure you ring that bell. Because every time I drop a video, I want you guys to get that notification. So, go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room because we got a lot to talk about. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your boy C3. I'm the host with the most. It's another top 10 list, and you know what it is. This is Keep It Comics, and low prices make great buying opportunities. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you ring that bell, because like I said, every time I drop a video, I want you wonderful people to get that notification. It's good vibes only, guys. Let's do what we do and enjoy doing it. All right, everybody, we're going to start the list off at number 10. We got to talk about X-Men issue number 5. This is the Elizabeth Torque 1 in 25 error print. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here's the specs on this particular book. Average price for the raw copy right now is $28. Average price for the graded copy is $100. This book last sold for $30, and that was for a raw copy in near mint condition. What makes this a perfect buying opportunity for this book, and you know I always say, strike while the iron is cold. Well, this book is down 60% right now, which makes a great buying opportunity for this book. Fair market value has this book rested at $28 for the raw copy in near mint condition. Elizabeth Torque 1 in 25 error print X-Men issue number 5. Let's stand on business. This is a book that's on the move, ladies and gentlemen, so keep your eye out on it. All right? Keeping the list moving. At number 9, let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 122, and this is The Death of the Green Goblin. Oh, yeah. Classic, iconic, a book that's a must-have for anybody's PC. Death of the Goblin, Peter Parker gets revenge. You know he's going after the Goblin for what he did to Gwen Stacy. There's no mistake about it. It's going to go down just like this book. This book is currently down 82% on the market, which makes for another great buying opportunity for this particular book. Last recorded sale for this book was $600 for a CGC 9.4, ladies and gentlemen, which is nothing to sneeze at, but yet it still has come down considerably, which may make it affordable for many of you out there in the comic book community that needs to add this to your collection. We've had a total of 2,113 copies of this book that has swapped hands on the aftermarket, which it could have been either of you that are watching us right now. So congratulations. Now, the average price for this book is running $161. Average price for the graded copy is $400. Now watch this. We had a high sale that took place back in 2021 where CGC 9.8 sold for an astounding $10,800. Yes, that's a lot of chips. But at the end of the day, that was back then. So we're talking about what the current climate is on the market right now. Fair market value has this book resting at $161 for a raw copy in fine condition. Now listen, I'm so nosy that I had to take a look at CGC. And what I found is that there are 6,382 universal grades on the census, with one 9.9 being the golden egg. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's one 9.9 on the market. Go Collect has fair market value for 9.8 set at $4,600. Now, when you look at those numbers back in 2021 compared to now, fair market value for 9.8, $4,600, that's a huge price drop from the all-time high. That's what makes this book a great buying opportunity. That's what makes for a great buying opportunity for this particular book, that price drop. Now, you've got 110 9.8s. You've got 226 9.6s. You've got 458 9.4s, 434 9.2s, and you've got 519 Fair market value for the 9.0 is at $400. And of course, all the lower hanging fruit is going to go for less. Now look at this. Like I said, I want to share additional information with you. So I got even nosier, and I wanted to know what these books were doing in the CBCS world compared to what they're doing in the CGC world. So according to Go Collect, CBCS certified books, we have one 9.8 that last sold for $1,900, and that was in 2017. We've had 4 sales of the 9.6 that last sold for roughly about $700, and that was in 2018. We've had 7 sales. The 9.4 last sold for $897, and that was back in 2021. We've had 5 sales of the 9.2. The last 9.2 sold for $325, and that was in 2020. And get this, we've had 8 sales of the 9.0 in CBCS, and the last 9.0 sold for $365, and that was back in 2021. So if you are in the market for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 122, this book is down on the market, but it's still moving units. Whether it be the CGC or the CBCS, this is a great buying opportunity. And keep in mind, if you can't get the CGC, the CBCS is the next best thing. Both are quality graders. Both understand the current community, understand what we're looking for in terms of grading, and guess what? They're going to sell either way on the market. You can still get top dollar for the CBCS, so you're not going to lose, all right? So keep your eye out on that book because it's moving on the secondary market, just like we are, moving right along. At up number 8 on the list, we're going to continue to make sure that we talk about all the hot books on the aftermarket. This book was on fire in 2020. It's trending up again, and we got to talk about, because everybody's talking about it, so I'm going to talk about it. It's Venom. Ryan Stegman, the regular cover, issue number 3. Yes. The first appearance of the God of Symbiotes? No. Yes. Check the wall in the back. Yeah, I'm paying tribute. I'm a big Venom fan, and I'm around for it. I definitely dig it. This is the first appearance of Null, the God of Symbiotes, right? This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, with at 84%. And that's a huge increase given that this book went real dormant for a very long time, right? It started really decreasing in value, but it's starting to creep back up steady, gradually, and it's moving, right? Last recorded sale for this book was $115 for a raw copy in near mint condition. I actually remember going to a Comic-Con where you would normally pay about $150 to $160 for a near mint copy of this book. We've had 2,548 copies of this book that is sold on the secondary market. Average price for the raw copy right now is $137. Average price for the graded copy will run you about $246. We had a high sale for a CGC 9.8 back in 2020 where this book sold for $502. Now, when you think about then compared to now, fair market value has this book resting at $137 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So you know I had to be nosy. I checked Go Collect. Universal grades for this book. We've got 5,613 universal grades on the census. Fair market value has the 9.8 sitting at $250 for the 9.8, right? Now, you've got 4,271 9.8s on the census. You've got 913 9.6s, 211 9.4s, 96 9.2s, and 47 9.0s. So I need you to understand that a 9.0 will cost you roughly, according to fair market value, about $80. All right? So keep your eye out on that book. And like I said, this is about sharing additional information. And I'm going to continue to do this in the next video, and in the next video, and in the next video, because I want you to be well informed. So let's talk a little bit about CBCS on the aftermarket, all right? CBCS certified blue books, you got 51 9.8s. The last 9.8 in the CBCS sold for $219, and that was sometime this year. We had 9 9.6s. The last 9.6 sold for $100, and that was back in 2023. We've had 2 sales of the 9.4. The last 9.4 sold in 2024, sometime this year, and that was $150. We've had 2 sales of the CBCS 9.2. The last sale for the 9.2, and that was in 2022, sold for $100 as well. Now, we've had 1 sale of the 9.0, and that was in 2023, and that book sold for $85. So CGC and CBCS, they continue to do well on the secondary market. The comic book community respects those graders, and these are the 2 hottest graders on the market, and this is also what the books are doing. All right, so keep your eye out for Venom, issue number 3, God of Symbiotes, the first appearance of Null, and the movie's coming out. Man, I can't wait. If you're excited about Venom, the new movie, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let's chop it up. What do you think is going to be outstanding about it, or do you think it may not be what everybody's thinking it's going to be? Me, I'm excited because I love having any reason to go to the movies and check out something from our comic world, man. So it don't even matter to me. As long as it gets me out of the house and takes me out of reality for a little while, I'm around for it. All right? Now, at the list at number 7, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to talk about right now, we're going to go back, right? We're going to go way back, back in the time. And we're going to talk about Cartoons, issue number 14, because this book is hot. This is the first appearance of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Oh, yes, absolutely. This is something that my children grew up to. This is something that I had to sit and watch because they were watching it, and I wind up getting a kick out of it, and it's hot on the market right now. This book is up 61.62% and continues to rise in value. Last recorded sale for this book was $300 for a raw copy in very fine condition, which is not bad at all. This is also a perfect opportunity to buy this book because we had 23 copies that sold. The average price for the raw copy is $25. Average price for the graded copy, there is none right now because this book is new. Not a lot have been sent in, but we're going to keep a watch out for them so that if any graded information comes back, I'll be able to report that to you as well. But the high sale for this book was for a raw copy sometime in October, where that book sold for $300. Yes, $300 for a raw copy in near mint condition. Fair market value has this book resting at $125 for the raw copy in very fine condition. So we have to spotlight this hot book because it's moving on the market. Cartoons, issue number 14, first appearance of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. It's doing numbers, guys. Keep your eye out on it. 23 total books have sold so far, and I'm anticipating more books are going to continue to sell because that was a hot series. Yes, it most certainly was. All right, so let me hit you with this DC book real quick. On the list at number 6, because low prices definitely make for great buying opportunities. I'm always around for that. I like to do what I call strike while the iron is cold, right? I definitely strike while the iron is cold. While everybody else is paying attention to the hot book, like say for right now, that Venom issue number 3, me personally, I wouldn't buy it right now. I would wait until nobody's talking about it. I wait until after the movie came out, it really calmed down and everybody just forgot about it and they went back to thinking about Dr. Doom. Then I'd go cop Venom. I just like to strike while the iron is cold. I save a lot of money like that I could put toward another comic book that I'm interested in. I don't know. Give it a shot. Try it. It works for me. It might work for you. But like I said, at the list at number 6, we want to talk about this hot DC book, ladies and gentlemen. This is Batman, issue number 442, and this is the first appearance of Robin, Tim Drake. Now listen, we've seen this book all over the place. This book has even been in dollar bins. So this has never been a book that has just skyrocketed and that nobody can afford it. This has always been a very affordable book. But I'm glad that Tim Drake is finally getting the love that he deserves. I got another question for you too. Which Robin is your favorite Robin? Leave a comment down below. Which Robin is your favorite Robin? Me, I happen to be a big fan of Damian. But Tim Drake was also good too, and he deserves the respect. He should get some respect. Put some respect on his name. Tim Drake. All right, so his book is up. It is up 63.48%. Last recorded sale for his book was $4 for the raw copy and near mint condition. So tell me that's not affordable. If I go in there, man, I'm buying 2 copies if I see it. Let me get 2. Right? And we've had a total of 1,403 total sales of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Average raw copy is at $11. The average graded copy will cost you only $81. We had a high sale that took place back in 2022 where CGC 9.8 sold for $139, ladies and gentlemen, and you can't go wrong with that. But if that's too steep for your pocketbook, fair market value has this book resting at $11. Just $11. For $11, you can own Batman issue number 442, a raw copy in near mint condition for $11. So keep your eye out on this book because it's moving on the secondary market. All right, guys, I know I've been sitting here running my mouth, and that's because I'm happy to be back. I know I was gone for a minute, but like I said, I'm in school working on my master's. I'm doing a lot of research papers, so it's kind of hard to do all these papers and then turn around and then do the list. But I'm back like I never left. I want to make sure you get your list. And I came back with all this energy because I want you to feel the love that I have for what we do here. I love what I do. I love the comic book community. I love the hobby. And I'm back, man. I ain't going nowhere. So if I'm not here, just know that I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. All right, so hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time stopping by, checking out the channel, please don't let the fact that I'm in school trying to educate myself stop you from tuning in and getting this good information. We're going to talk about what's hot on Go Collect, but then we're also going to turn around and see what the numbers are doing on CBCS as well. So you're going to get a lot of additional information moving forward as I continue to drop these lists. And I got some good news for you. You guys have been asking for it. I've been listening to you, and it's on the way. T-shirts are on the way. Once I set them up, I need you guys to get ready to purchase because you're not going to want to miss out. You're not going to want to miss out on this design. You're not going to want to miss out on this spectacular event. So stay tuned. Keep your eye out for me because I'm definitely doing what you guys asked me to do. The T-shirts are on the way, guys. Everybody's going to be able to get that Keep It Comic love that they can just rock whenever they get ready to. It's always good vibes, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the channel. And we're going to jump back on this list because it's the right thing to do. That's why you guys are here. I know you guys didn't just come see all this beautifulness right here, but but that's why you're here. All right, so we're back on the list at number 5. We got to talk about G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 21. All right? Now, the reason this book is on the list because it's the first appearance of Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow normally doesn't get the respect that he deserves either. But it's time that we highlight this book because G.I. Joe is hot. And we know that they got some things in the making. They may even bring G.I. Joe and the Transformers together. So I'm looking for that installation. And while I'm doing that, I'm also keeping an eye on these books. First appearance of Storm Shadow is up 39.47%. Last recorded sale for this book was $42 for a raw copy that was in good condition. Average price for the raw copy, $61. Average price for the graded copy was $418. We've had a total of 720 sales of this particular book that has swapped hands on the secondary market. The all-time high for this book was $4,800. That was back in 2022 for CGC 9.8. Fair market value has this book resting at $61 for the raw copy and fine condition. But look, don't take my word for it. You can search it up for yourself. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 21. It's moving on the secondary market. So don't sleep, my guys. Don't sleep, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely moving. At the list at number 4. Shout out to all my Daredevil fans. Yes. Rod, I appreciate you, bro. Biggie Shaq, what up, homie? 48, you know what it is. I appreciate you guys. Respect. John's Comics with Kids. Respect. Respect to the homie, to the big homie, Jim's Comics. I was happy to see him drop a video the other day. Yo, I appreciate him. Yo, the guy's very knowledgeable. If you haven't seen him, you need to see him. If you call yourself a collector and you ain't paying attention to him, you ain't paying attention. Yo, at the list at number 4, Daredevil fans. Issue number 181, the newsstand edition, is doing numbers on the market. It's the death of Elektra. Yes, absolutely. This is a perfect buying opportunity for this book. Even though this book is up, it is not out of reach. This book is up 53.65%. It is not out of reach because the last recorded sale for this book was $35. We've had a total of 166 sales for this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market, with the average price for the raw copy going for just $47. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's it, $47. You know what I can do with $47? Man, I could load up on some books. But if this was one that I needed, I'd definitely give them the $50 for it. Average price for the graded copy on this book is $215. We had an all-time high that took place in 2023 where CGC 9.8 sold for $550. Fair market value for this book is what I said, $47 for the raw copy in near mint condition. The Death of Elektra, Daredevil, issue number 181, is moving on the secondary market and is definitely worth paying attention to. Yes, it is. All right, guys. It's good vibes only. What you sipping on? I got me some cappuccino. It's getting cool outside. See, I got the hoodie on. Yeah, I like to dress for the weather. It's just what I do. Yo, this is a hot cover alert, all right? Hot cover alert, guys. Whoop, whoop. We got a hot cover alert. We got to talk about Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., issue number 6, and it's back on the list. I had it on the list before, but it's back on the list. Why? Because this is that beautiful Jim Steranko cover art that you just can't get enough of. Stare at it all night. Yes, just stare at it. Man, this is a dope cover. Yes, it is. And guess what? This book is up. And even though it's up, it's still a great buying opportunity. This book is up 46.74%, with the last recorded sale for this book going for just $7 for a raw copy in good condition. We have had a total of $497. Oh, excuse me. 497. Excuse me again. We have had 494 books change hands on the secondary market. Yes, I had to bring that back. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. 494 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Average price for the raw copy is $10. Can't go wrong with that. $10, ladies and gentlemen. Average price for the graded copy, $432. We've had an all-time high sale for $4,080, but fair market value has this book resting at $10 for the raw copy in very good condition. So whatever you choose, whether it be the graded copy or whether it be the raw copy, you can't go wrong. This book is on the move, guys. Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., issue number 6. Classic Jim Steranko artwork. It can be yours. It can be yours. It can definitely be yours. All right, guys. We've made it to number 2 on the list. Dollar books make for great buying opportunity too. That's what I want to say. Sometimes you can go on the hunt and find a book in the dollar bin, and then that book winds up being one of your favorite books. Yes, dollar books make for great buying opportunity. That's why we got to talk about X-Men, issue number 284, and this is the second appearance of Bishop. Don't hate on Bishop. Don't hate on Bishop. He done went head up with a lot of the X-Men and a lot of enemies of the X-Men. So don't hate on Bishop. Bishop is a thoroughbred. All right? This book is up 69.64%, and I love him, right? With the powers that he has, being able to absorb that kinetic energy, and then putting it back out full blast. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, man. He's like a battery that continues to put that juice out, man. So it is what it is. He is up right now, 69.64%. Last recorded sale for this book for near mint copy, raw, $1. Hey, $1. I'm not mad. Perfect. If you're a Bishop fan, that's perfect. $1. You can own it. Look, we've had 372 sales of this book change hands on the aftermarket. 372. The community has spoken. So it's not me. I'm not making the numbers up. I'm pulling the numbers from a credible resource, and this is what they're saying.
372 sales.
All-time high, $229 for the 9.8, and that was back in 2020. Fair market value has this book resting at $4 for the raw copy in near mint condition. So if you want to own this book, it's not going to cost you a lot of money at all. If you got a couple of dollars, 3, 4, maybe 5, you can own this book. X-Men, issue number 284. It could be yours, ladies and gentlemen. It's moving on the secondary market. And we have made it. Yes. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, so every time I drop a video, you guys will get that notification. I know I lost a couple of subscribers, but it's all good because I know they'll be back. I'm just that confident. Listen, you can't stay away. Even my haters can't stay away. They keep checking in too. They think I don't see them. It is what it is, man. It's good vibes only. We back like we never left, baby. New and improved. And we're going to keep improving. Believe that. We have made it to the #1 comic book in the universe. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. The Incredible Hulk, issue number 105. And this is the first appearance and origin of the missing link. Where his big head self? Yes, man. The missing link. Yeah, yo, I kind of look like him. I was going to point that out. I knew somebody was going to, so I'm just going to point it out on myself. I'm like, is that me? Yo, this book is up 168.89% and climbing, all right? Last recorded sale for this book was $250 for a raw copy in near mint condition. Average price for the raw, $83. Average price for the graded copy is $146. We had an all-time high of $1,500, and that was for the CGC 9.6 that took place back in 2022. If that's too steep for your blood, fair market value has this book resting at $83 for the raw copy in fine condition. But listen, we've had 690 copies of this book swap hands on the secondary market. That's how we know this book is hot. That's how we know it's moving. The Incredible Hulk, issue number 105. I was so nosy and intrigued about this book. When I started looking at the universal grades on Go Collect, we've got 1,080 universal grades on Census. 8 9.8s, 38 9.6s, 73 9.4s, 91 9.2s, and we've got 99 9.0s. CGC has the 9.8 listed at $785 for fair market value. All right? 9.8, $785. When a 9.6 sold for $1,500 back in 2022. That is a very, very significant price drop, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this book is #1 on the list, because it is a perfect buying opportunity for the Incredible Hulk, issue number 105. But remember, I was nosy, and I still am. So when I looked at CBCS, these are the numbers that I found. 9.6 is the highest grade that last sold for CBCS. Yep, the 9.6, and that book sold for $263. The 9.2 last sold for $383. And according to Go Collect, the 9.0 in the CBCS last sold for $145. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the Incredible Hulk, issue number 105, is moving on the secondary market. And if you're interested, keep your eye out on it, because it's a perfect buying opportunity. You can catch this book for not a lot of money. You're definitely not going to have to pay $1,500 for this book right now. All right? So that's your list, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I missed you. I missed you. I missed you. But I got class, and I got to do what I got to do. but I'm not going anywhere. I will be dropping these lists. That's why you need to like, subscribe, and share. Definitely subscribe. Even if you don't like me, subscribe. So that when I do drop and you want to stick your nose in and see what I'm doing, you can get that notification. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. You know what it is. It's good vibes only. I'll be back. Keep it comics. Later, Gators. Boom.